What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and Mano's here with me.
That's right.
And this is amazing because we have somebody that we can truly say is a legend on the show today.
Absolutely.
Maury Povich is here.
There you go.
Welcome to the show.
Good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
I haven't seen you since I've seen Charlemagne. Other than that, I mean...
And I've been on the Maury show before,
I know
which
you
is
have.
amazing,
You did some
too.
of my caught on tape stuff.
Sure did. Yeah, just to be clear, that's what I was there
You
for.
was caught on tape?
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You weren't on the paternity test show.
No, I don't have any kids.
Come
I'm
on
fine.
now. Mano,
Hey.
you don't want to come on my show.
No, I want to come on the new show.
The
Yeah,
new
you
show.
wanna
The
go
new
on-
show.
I
Yeah,
wanna
we're
come
going to
on
do
the
it.
show.
On par with Maury
on
Povich.
par
Yeah,
pod.
on par,
On
yeah.
par with Maury Povich.
That's
Yes.
There you go.
That's right.
We'll have you. We had your friend Dave
Yeah,
East
absolutely.
on.
Yeah.
He had
And
fun.
Yeah.
And my
We'll
friend
have fun.
Connie Chung was on.
Oh, wow. That's right.
I mean, I don't know her personally,
But that's okay.
I like to look at her as like she's my friend.
She would be.
Yeah, I would really like her.
You would.
And you know what I love about this is a whole different side of Maury Povich that we
Yeah.
get to see, because I feel like we've watched you as a true journalist, and then we've watched you host the Maury Show, which had an amazing run of 31 years.
31 years?
31 years.
Of
you-
lie
so you were a
detectors?
kid- so
That's
you
right.
were-
I was a kid.
You were a kid,
Right.
And you were staying home from school. You were
Yeah.
faking being sick.
I was right. I was going out to school, going around my building, waiting for my mother to go to work, and then running back inside.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
100%.
I used to do the same thing. My parents would leave for work, go right back home.
Yeah, this is why, and this
Go
is
get
why
a
you-
bagel and then
this
go
is why
home.
you turned out like this.
Well, man,
Look at
we're
you.
in the same place, yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh, my
I always
gosh.
wanted to know how these kids stayed at home to watch me pretending they were sick.
Mm-hmm.
How they were fooling their parents.
Listen.
into
If
being
the parents
sick.
have to work, they couldn't, you
That's
know.
right.
I used to forge the note. Like, you
Yeah.
had to bring a note in. I used to
Right.
forge. And even when my mom knew I was home, I still forged it so it was consistent. So I was very clever as a child.
Could you write with her
They didn't know what her
handwriting?
handwriting looked like because it was was always me.
I see.
So they,
I got
yeah,
you.
that's
Even
how I
when-
got it done.
Did you had to sign the report cards too?
I signed it.
She's such a crook. Such a crook. This is
But you
crazy.
know, and to be fair, things are so different now. You're right, because if we didn't catch it when it was on, unless you had a VHS tape that you could record it and
Right.
watch it later,
Because back then there was no DVR.
right? No online to go see clips
Right.
or anything like that.
no.
And now, look, I bet you are also raking in the views online from those old episodes still.
Well, first of all, the show is all the repeats are on regular TV, 200 stations across the country.
Sheesh.
Plus, I got millions of viewers on YouTube,
Right.
millions of viewers on Facebook, millions of viewers on TikTok,
Isn't that amazing?
Instagram.
Right. That's crazy.
Some
But
of those kids, they didn't know who the father was, are grown up now. Like, look
Well,
at me when I was on Maury as a kid.
Right.
Well,
wow,
I'll tell you,
I never thought about that.
I was on so long that I would have a kid who was like a year or two on the show, found out that the father found out he was the father, so he went into the life of the kid. Now the kid's in her 20s.
Wow.
And I brought them all back to the show
Wow.
to show everybody
Isn't
that's
it's
why I
real.
did
Yeah.
the damn show.
Yeah.
Was to
Yeah.
find out if these fathers would get in the lives of these kids.
Nobody was doing shows like this. Like, what
No.
made you come with the lie detector test, the paternity test? Because
Out of
this is a
control
whole,
teenagers.
Right. Like, what made you go in that area right there?
I was always looking for stories that had drama and had conflict and had, most important, a result, so that the viewers knew at the end of the segment whether
was
they
gonna
were
be
the
some-
father or not,
Right.
or whether this guy was messing
Right.
around on his significant other,
Right.
Ooh,
or-
that's
or whether this out of control teenager
Could be
would
helped.
get straight.
You know, I saw your episode with Karamo.
Oh, you did?
Yes, which was amazing. And I saw you told him the element of surprise and authenticity is really important when it
Correct.
comes to doing what you do. And you didn't even know results ahead
No.
of time.
That's the best thing I ever
So
did.
you never knew the results.
The first time we ever did the paternity show, the producer was briefing me right before. I had read all about the story, and she was the producer was briefing me, and she says, "And the result." I said, "I don't want to know the result. I don't want to know anything more than the guests,
Right.
or the live audience,
And the
or the
story.
audience at home, because if I knew something more, then I would skew questions because I knew the answer. So the whole inflection that ends up being the big iconic line, "You are the father or you're not the father," was because I was as surprised as anybody.
It's like a cliffhanger every episode.
And we could swear. We were
but
like,
for
that's
me
the
too.
father. He
We
looks
just went
like
through
him.
that.
Yeah.
We just did
We
that.
was flashing back to some old episodes, and I'm like, they got the same mouth.
got
You
the
know how
same
we
nose.
watch it.
Oh, yeah.
They
Got the same nose.
Oh yeah, and how about
definitely.
this? How about when you put the picture of the baby up? So a guy
Yes.
would come in, African American would come in. He says, "I will not be the father of that child. That child is a white child." You know, you
Right.
have this picture of a very light baby,
Right.
and he ends up being the father.
Why did they always run though? Why they always run though? Why was they always, oh my God, they start running
Because either the guy, went crazy because he thought he wasn't the father and he was, or the woman found out that he wasn't the father and she was sure he was the father.
Embarrassed.
Yeah. Everybody's always sure.
And they feel humiliated or embarrassed and they run off the stage. And if the guy doesn't want to be the father and I prove he's not the father, I mean, you would have thought they were in the Olympics.
Wow.
They do backflips on the,
I've seen
on
those
the stage
backflips.
and do all kinds
They
of
go
stuff.
give everybody a high five in the
high
crowd.
five,
Yeah, run through the crowd.
The guy always gets booed when he comes up there too.
Right.
Like when he's saying he's not the father,
Right.
and then he comes out, everybody's like, "Boo!" He gets booed so hard, but a lot of times, he's
not.
And we just booing this man. We don't even know what the result is. Earlier you said something that was interesting to me when you said 20 years later, bringing back
Right.
some of those kids, and that's why you do it, because people would say, there were some critics.
Oh, sure.
That acted like it
they
was
thought
not.
I was exploiting people and things like that. And I said, look, if I can get a father into the life of a child who who would have grown up with a single parent and now they grew up with two parents, that child's got a better chance at life.
Right.
And so that's why I do the show. Now, it didn't always happen. Of course, there were guys, when I proved they were the father, they never got into the lives of the kids. But there were many who did. Mm-hmm. And the success stories, I used to bring back on the air.
And even paying for them, because I saw one woman was like, the guy wanted her to pay for the paternity
Right.
test, and she was like, "No, you pay for it, but now we can go to Maury and get it done."
And by the way, they're expensive. They're
Yeah.
like $1,000
For a paternity test.
for a paternity test. I mean, for the real stuff, not the at-home crap
right,
that you can buy in the drugstore.
All right, so now back at it with On Par with Maury Povich. That's on every Monday.
Yeah.
The first episode, March 31st, you had your wife on,
Yes.
Connie Chung, and y'all made some headlines with that one.
Boy. Well, we had this thing where there were questions we didn't know about, and you picked a question out of a mug, and she picks a question to ask me. It says, "When are you sexiest?" And the only thing I could think of was Sundays. And she said, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "You know what I mean. It's Sundays with Connie. I mean, that's what it is. Sundays with Connie."
That's sexy.
And she goes, "Well, I'm not going to say anything more about that." And then everybody went viral, like, "That's when we do it on Sundays."
See?
Yeah.
Is
man, Maury.
it different having viral moments about you instead of about other people?
Well, it's believe it or not, you get more of a reaction if it's about you, because all those years I did the show, it was about the other
about the
people.
other people.
Right.
It wasn't about me.
Right.
People didn't know about my life, my experiences.
Now people starting to be able to tap into.
Yeah, now I can start talking the way Oprah talked.
Let me ask you a question. Back in those days, was Jerry Springer your competition?
No, well, yes.
For shows?
At the same time, we were friends for years.
Wow.
I mean, first of all, way, way, way back when we first started talk shows, it was the same year, 1991. We both started the same
There's another
year.
guy, Michael Bay.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
yeah.
Michael,
Yeah. He was on Channel 9 in New York, I think. And so Jerry and I known each other forever. He gave me the best compliment, and this is what it was. He would tell anybody, he'd say, "Maury, your show's the real deal, and my show's wrestling."
Some of those things could not fly today, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Remember when
Not
they
at
used
all.
to? I was saying they used to have is it a man or a woman? And then you had to guess.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
That's
that would
mine.
never.
We used to have these beauty contests. I mean, we couldn't do it today.
No,
I mean,
it's a different
back
time
then,
today, Maury. You
and
can't.
the title of the show was Is it a man or a woman?
Wow.
And I'm telling you, Mano, as close as I am to you,
You couldn't
you
tell.
couldn't tell.
Wow.
You could
And
not
then people
tell.
be yelling, she's a...
Yeah, that's a woman. That's a man.
And then
that's
it turned
a
out
woman.
it's not.
And the audience would make a list.
Right.
Nobody ever got it right. Nobody.
Oh, my
and,
gosh.
And if we had 10 people on, half of them were men and half of them were women.
Wild times.
Would not fly today, would it?
So do you find it like nowadays is we living in a different world, right? It's
terrible.
like nobody can
You can't do anything.
can't do
you?
anything. You can't even joke in that kind of fashion.
Now tell me, what do you think comics are going to do now?
Listen.
I mean, with Jimmy Kimmel.
I was about to
taking
ask
off
you
the
that.
air.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted to bring that up to you, seeing what's happening with Jimmy Kimmel. And I
Terrible.
saw they just put out an open letter from the ACLU condemning, just for them doing that and taking him off the air and suspending him. They're in talks to try to put him back on the air. Number one, if you were Jimmy Kimmel, what would you do in a situation like that?
I would. This is what I would do. I would try to get back on the air, but at the same time, don't tell me to apologize. I'll explain what I did. I'll explain why I did it. I will explain what I meant when I said it, not what people thought I meant. But I'm not going to apologize for something like that. And, Disney can either put him back on the air or not. And, this is really a serious thing. And I'll tell you why. It's because the FCC chairman basically said, I'm going to go after stations and their licenses if they put guys like this on the air. And, you talk about heavy-handed and just, first of all, it's illegal.
Right.
Freedom of speech, baby.
That's right.
First Amendment. First Amendment, along with religion and the press and freedom of speech. It's right there. They didn't make it the 13th Amendment. They made it the First Amendment.
Right.
He's setting a bad precedent.
Terrible.
You think that they're going to try to make him apologize? You think
That's
that's
what
going
they're
to be
saying.
the game
Well,
plan?
I think what happened was I read something where they had a meeting after these stations were going to take that particular show off the air. They had a meeting, and they asked Jimmy to apologize, and he wouldn't. He said, I'll explain it, but I'm not going to apologize. And so that's when they pulled the show.
And even
pulled him.
executives they don't think he necessarily did anything wrong. It's just pressure from the president and this whole merger
Absolutely.
that they're trying to get done.
Right, because the stations that pulled the owner of the stations, Nexstar, that pulled the show off their 30 ABC affiliates, is trying to buy another set of huge stations. And the law doesn't allow them right now to own that many stations. And so everybody thinks they took the show off the air because they wanted the FCC approval of this merger.
Yeah, and by the way, Brendan Carr from the FCC, he's also the same person that helped write part of Project 2025.
Well, you know a lot about this guy.
Well, it's I've been following the story because I think for all of us, it's something that we need to make sure we're aware of.
I'll tell you, it is really bad.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of, I was there in Watergate with Richard Nixon, and I saw how he hated the press and how he tried to marginalize everything through the FCC, but I have never seen it this bad with a government chairman of the FCC Commission, the Federal Communications Commission, basically come out and say, we're going to take you off the air. And if you don't do it my way, you can't exist.
Right.
And Donald Trump is saying anybody that's critical of him.
What, did you see that?
Right.
Yeah, they're going to.
Dictatorship.
They should lose their
Well,
job.
the only thing he said was that about 95% of the networks, news networks, don't like him. It's probably right. Probably right.
Yeah. And how could you when I can't even properly report on things? I think part of the job of the president is to be criticized, right? Because what president?
It doesn't matter. Every president is criticized.
Yeah, there's
it
no
doesn't
such
matter.
thing
Obama was criticized.
That's right.
nonstop,
All the
by
time.
the way.
All the time.
Yeah, unfairly at times.
And he said, bring it on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the mark of a true great leader, somebody that can take that, because this country is so far from perfect. So of course we have criticisms of things. We should be able to voice that. That's how things get better, right? When you can.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and think about your career in journalism and your father. Your father was
My father was a sports writer for the Washington Post for 75 years.
right.
So you grew up.
And let me tell you what else he did, Mano, which I'm so proud of. Jackie Robinson was the first black player.
That's right.
1947. My father in the 1930s were writing about these black players in the Negro Leagues that were much better than the white players in the major leagues, and how and all this talent was being wasted, and as he wrote, because of the color of their skin.
So he wrote
That was in the 30s.
That's amazing.
In the
He did that
30s.
before Jackie Robinson was
8 or 9
about.
years before Jackie Robinson. And then I'll tell you another story. I grew up, believe it or not, in D.C., Washington, D.C., the DMV. When I grew up, town was 60% black, okay? Oh, always, and the reason was because it was the first city for Southern blacks to go to get a job because of the federal government, because they couldn't get jobs anywhere else in the South because the whites controlled everything.
Government jobs.
So they got government jobs. And so a majority of the people in the city were black. The football team, the Washington Redskins, was the last all-white pro football team, all white, owned by a guy named George Preston Marshall. So my father would write every Sunday. He wrote this: "The Redskins came on the field in their colors, burgundy, gold, and Caucasian." And then he would write, "Jim Brown integrated the Redskins end zone 5 times today."
You like, that's where you get your...
And he basically said, if this racist owner wanted a new stadium and the federal government had to give permission, he had to integrate that football team. And he finally did in 1961 with a great Hall of Fame player named Bobby Mitchell from the Cleveland Browns.
Dope.
And we got a trade for him, and that's how the color barrier was broken. So anyhow, my father was at the forefront of that.
And I want to say part of what we're loving about this podcast is hearing more about you and your background.
Yeah, about me and my father and my wife.
And your mom.
And my mom.
And I hear, like, on the first episode with you and Connie Chung, just heard talking about how much she loves your parents, how much she loves your mom.
Right.
We heard about your road rage.
Yeah.
We heard
You got
about
road rage?
Oh, my God, yeah.
You still got it?
Oh, my God.
Well, tell me you still got
There's no way you could be in New York.
first of all,
I don't
you
think it goes
driving.
away.
No. Well, this is how the road rage came, okay? Years and years ago, we used to have a home in New Jersey for the weekends. We used to go. We could give a shit about the Hamptons and all that stuff. So we went to Jersey, and we was at Jersey Shore. So every Friday, we would try to get through the goddamn Lincoln Tunnel. And I would be going crazy, okay? And so now our son is in the back seat. And so we're at dinner one time, and we're saying, "What's your first memory?" And so his memory was, I'm driving through the tunnel. I'm going crazy because of the traffic. And I'm throwing F-bombs every which way. And Connie says, "Stop that. Matthew's in the back. He'll hear you." I said, "He's 3 years old. He won't hear anything." He says the first memory he had was of that conversation and me throwing out F-bombs.
And you saying he won't remember anything.
Yeah, he won't hear anything.
You'd be
He remembered it
surprised.
too. Look at that.
But that's what I'm
Wow.
saying is these moments and these stories, because we also, the dynamic between you and Connie is just amazing. Even to see how long you guys
Well,
have been
she's
together.
crazy. She's nothing comes. Everything you would not believe what's coming out of her mouth. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's just, and I think, we've been married over 40 years now, and so I mean, I think that, sense of humor, baby. If you don't have a sense of humor,
You got to have one.
Yeah.
your mate has to have a sense of
She
humor.
has to.
Mano wants to get
I'm
married
planning
so
my
bad.
marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
I'm planning it.
He doesn't
Well,
have
I'm
a
telling
wife.
you right now. I hope she has a sense
She
of humor.
got to have it.
Oh,
she
my
got
gosh.
listen. She has to have a sense of humor. It's at the top of the list. The first 5 things.
Exactly.
Okay, a sense of humor.
If you can't laugh at each other,
I need it.
We have to get you an AI wife or something.
No. But
it's
I'm
not going to
planning
be a
my
real
wedding.
person.
I'm planning my wedding.
do you have the woman?
No.
But I'm planning the wedding. Maury. We
don't
don't
have
talk
the
about
woman.
it.
We don't have the woman.
We don't have the woman.
How many kids you got?
I got 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you in their lives?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I want to plan my wedding. I want to find my woman. I want
to plan the wedding and then find the woman.
Absolutely.
Who
He's
said
planned
that the
it.
woman would like the way you're planning?
But it's about me putting the cart before the horse. Sometimes I gotta manifest this thing. You hear me? I gotta put this thing into the universe.
I see.
Come on, Maury.
Oh my God.
I am the
like-
father.
He's like,
yeah.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that I'm out the game, right, Maury?
Yeah.
He's so glad
You're out of the game?
No, you are. I know you're glad
Oh,
hearing
I'm
this.
out of the game.
Yeah, we're so glad.
I haven't been in the game in so long. I mean, pictures were black and white.
TVs and everything. Wow.
Oh my gosh! Now listen, and so I want to talk about the podcast.
Well, let's talk
some more,
about
though.
you. Are you married?
No, I'm not married, but I'm in a relationship.
Oh.
How long?
She just
How long has it been? Like over
look at her.
almost 3 years.
She's good
3
shit.
years.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Look at her.
Well,
Blushing.
we dated like 7 years off and on before we got married.
That's right. So you guys were not exclusive, and
Not
y'all talked
exclusive.
about that because then you brought
Well,
up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she was in L.A. She was in L.A. Big star in L.A. and dating all these.
People thought she cheated, but it was really
That was
during.
not cheating. There was
Yeah,
a-
it was
cheating,
really an.
Y'all had a.
I mean, she. I went out with. I went, holy Jesus.
But you didn't get it. Yeah.
And then she say, oh, you can't even remember the first names of the people you go out with. That's what she would tell me. And
she had some good ones though.
she had some
good ones.
She had
yeah.
some big ones.
She lived her
big-
life.
Pause. Whoa. Whoa. Maury. Pause. Time
No,
out.
I meant big names.
Yeah, okay, got it.
I mean big names.
No, we get it.
I don't know about
Yeah,
those things.
Right.
She was never that specific.
Maury. This is the guy. This is the guy.
I can't take it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. All right.
But y'all had to understand it. I was like, yeah, we wasn't going to be exclusive.
When did you say it's time
Yeah.
to lock it in? No more of this. Who said that first?
I asked her. She didn't want to get married. Then about 6 months later, she asked me. I said, oh, I'm not ready.
Wow.
And then about 2 months later, she calls me up and she says, we can get married. And I said, really? How come? She says, because I found a dress.
Oh, that's all that. Yeah.
Found a dress.
Fire.
She found
See,
a dress.
This is cute. Like
Yeah.
just the
That was
dynamics.
unconventional. I like that it was unconventional.
But I
like
mean,
that.
I mean, on a platonic side, I mean, you wouldn't believe the people when she was working in L.A. She used to go getting chicken and waffles with Magic all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Magic buddies. I mean, all the time.
Yeah.
She was the first person to get an interview with Michael Jordan when he had all that gambling issue with him way back. Remember, he quit the team.
Well,
went
she's a
to base-
legend.
Yeah, no, she's a legend.
I'm telling.
Honey,
She
come on.
had the first interview with Magic about HIV,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, she is a dog-ass reporter, that's for sure.
Didn't you say on 9/11 you saw her outside when you were trying to get home and she was doing interviews?
Yeah, Connie Chung.
I mean, that's wild.
I
Like,
was like one of the first power couples
Yeah.
right there before it became a thing on social media. Huh?
Yeah, well, it's really the power's been turned off for a long time.
Oh, wow.
now let me ask you this. So what made you say it's time for me to do this podcast? Was
Because too many people, I mean, they started talking to me about this thing, and it's like the Pacino line in The Godfather. You know, they dragged
pulled you
me
back.
back in. I mean, they
yeah.
just dragged
Just
me back
wanna
in.
get out
I
and
wa-
pull me
and then I thought, well, nobody knows about this other life of mine before the talk show, so I said, okay, I'll try it. So we just finished our first season, and we got a lot of big interviews on the podcast. They're going to start very shortly, and we'll get you guys on.
we would
Yeah.
love to.
We'll get
Absolutely.
you guys
Hey,
on.
hey, listen,
and
even-
by the way, get you on talk about
Talk about all that.
I want to talk about the wedding. I wanna get-
Absolutely.
huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got the venue picked out.
Yeah,
He
got
does.
it picked out. Got the ring picked
he
out.
has a deposit
You
already.
got the
in.
ring picked out.
I got it picked out.
I'm gonna tell you this. I just got back from Vegas this morning, and I knew that I was like, first, everybody's here for you. Like Mano normally would have left. He said, "I'm staying because I gotta meet Maury."
Have to.
Meek is here. He came in here today just so he could get a picture with you, and that's how important it is. So
Wow.
we.
I'm impressed.
We're impressed.
Because I thought I was.
Because I never want you to forget, like.
I thought I was an antique.
No,
you're
no,
such a big deal. And I
no.
know you're about to be a great grandfather. Which is
I
amazing.
hope. I got my first grandchild's getting married in a couple of months, so we're going to that, and then we'll see. Who knows?
Can you imagine how cool it'd be to say, like, my great grandfather is Maury Povich?
Do you realize though, like, just how like impactful you've been to the culture and how many people really like.
It's interesting. I never thought that for a long time, and then it all of a sudden, all these waves of, congratulations and all that, and what the show meant to so many people, and I'm just so gratified. I think one of the reasons the show was successful was I never had any big shot-itis. I never really thought of myself as, I didn't have an ego.
Right.
And I think, look, the first thing you do as a host, you've got to make a connection with those viewers, or you're not going to last. I mean, in 30-some years, 75 daytime talk shows are in the graveyard, failed. And the reason why a host makes a connection, you've got to knock on a door of people's homes. They have to want you to come in, want you to sit down, either have dinner with them or sit and watch TV with them, and you've got to make a connection. And I'm so happy that all over the years I was able to make that connection. And the most amazing thing is my experience in life is nothing like my guests' experience in life. I mean, they had issues that I've never gone through. But at the same time, they thought that they could unburden themselves and felt that my place was a safe place. And so I just think it's basic human instinct and basic human kindness and understanding that makes it happen.
After 31 seasons, when you stopped doing the show, how was that for you? Because that's like something that's over 3 decades of having, when you think about it, though, how was that for you to say, okay, I am stepping away from this?
I wanted to step away 4 years before.
Okay.
And the executives at NBC, which owned my show, said, no. They're still watching. So I signed a 2-year deal. And then after that, I said, okay. And they said, nope, 2 more years. So finally, when I was 83 years old, I said,
enough is enough.
Yeah.
And that work schedule is like what? Y'all shooting every day?
No, we shoot like 2 or 3 days a week, but we would shoot 2 to 3 shows a day. So we would can about 5 shows in 1 week. And we would have 150 and 200 shows a year.
Right here in New York. You shooting?
Started in New York,
I remember.
but moved to Stamford, Connecticut the last 10 years or so.
But that's when I went to Connecticut. I was like, I never knew they filmed in Stamford, Connecticut.
Did we send you a car? I hope.
You guys did send a car. Yes,
Thank
I appreciate it.
It's not like the Today Show.
I didn't want to have road rage.
My wife used to say about the Today Show, when you had to get up real early, says it's a little like being a prostitute. They pick you up in a limousine, but you got to find your own way home.
We're going to get you there to make sure you're there. But when it's time to
shame
go,
after that.
Figure it out. Things have changed. All right. Well, I just want to say I appreciate you so much for coming through. I'm excited about this podcast.
Good. I'm glad. Now you all have to come on.
Oh, that's a given. I would love to.
All right.
And hopefully you
right.
have your
in
situation.
Next month or so.
No, definitely. 1000%.
Can't believe you
I
got this wedding going.
I have to do it.
And you don't have a partner yet.
Yeah. I feel like I could just fill in the blanks.
Now let me ask you this: if you see the future so specifically with the event,
right?
What's the mate look like?
Ooh.
Beautiful, sense of humor,
BBL,
reliable. Stop it.
Have you ever met a person like that?
In passing, I feel like everyone that I met that was like that, might have been crazy.
He asked me why I didn't warn him.
Crazy does not work in a marriage.
Yeah,
but Mano's crazy, so only one of you can be.
I'll put it to you this way: a little goofy is fine.
That's
crazy is not.
Yeah, we don't do crazy.
No,
No,
because crazy means
we got to draw a line.
Crazy means there could be some physicality to
Yeah,
that.
we don't want that.
Yeah,
And
we
you
don't want that.
I don't want to be beat. I don't want to be beat. Maybe some handcuffs.
But I will say, Mano likes to argue. I think it gets him going. Like he'll come in here certain days, and he's on the phone arguing with somebody, and he loves it.
What?
Like he'll be like, "Oh my God."
That's not crazy.
I know, but you like arguing, is what I'm saying.
That's
like,
a little controlled chaos.
Like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Controlled
I
chaos.
like that's what I'm talking about.
Don't
My
encourage-
show was chaos.
Maury, don't
Sometimes
encourage this.
uncontrolled.
Don't encourage this, Maury. Please.
Yeah.
Controlled chaos
Controlled
is good.
chaos.
I like that.
That's all.
Because there's an end to it.
It's an end to it.
It's controlled
No way it's going.
in a
It's
controlled
controlled.
environment.
Yes.
You think everybody should get a paternity test? Like when I've heard people say when children are born, automatically it should be a paternity
Well,
test.
I'll tell you this. One of the reasons why we even did the show was as it started, the New York Times, this is crazy. The New York Times did a nationwide survey and found out 10% of the kids in the country are with the wrong father.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a wild number.
10%.
10%. I mean, think about that.
Yeah. Listen, and with 23andMe and all this DNA testing now,
Right.
a lot of people are finding out
Exactly.
that the person that they thought was their father their whole life is not. I know personally people who that's happened
But don't
to.
rely on 23andMe. I mean, that might be a starter, but you still got to get a
Yeah,
DNA
you still got to
test.
do it. But it also just leads, sometimes people grow up kind of knowing that, but not knowing for sure. You should see how many people call up this show for Tell Us a Secret. We have a segment where people do their confessions.
Right.
And they call up and are like, yeah, my husband or, thinks that's his kid, but it's not.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean, it happens a lot. And then there's people who have found that out, that it's not really their father. And they found out who their real father is. So,
I think that's one of the reasons for the popularity of the show,
yeah.
which, by the way, is still on
Yeah.
today,
Today.
along with On Par with Maury Povich.
I know
right.
that's right. All
Get it
right.
on YouTube,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple,
That's right.
any of your podcast platforms.
Good job, Maury. He's a professional. On par. And listen, no matter what, we were in here watching some of these. Oh, we had to be like, hold on. We can't go up yet. We got to find out what the result is.
Of
like,
course.
Even to this day, we're
You
still.
know, I know a lot of NFL players watch the show and stuff like that, and all of them tell me they're in the locker room during the morning. My show's on the air. The coaches are up on the field with their whistles trying to get them up, and they won't come up till they find out who the father is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Shaq used to tell me that he and his buddies bet on whether they were the father or not.
We all bet in our head. Like, no, that's definitely it. I was definitely wrong today a couple of times.
Oh, boy. All right.
Well, congratulations again, and thank you. And I
Thanks.
cannot wait for us to come and join
You
you
got it.
on your platform.
Okay.
Definitely.
Living
My
legend.
next season.
Yeah, next season.
got it.
Maury Povich.